Your words are magic. Every sentence you speak is more than sound. It is a force. It is a seed. It is an unseen power shaping your life, your health, your destiny. There is a law. It heals. It creates. It does not care if you know it or not. It works, silently, faithfully, in every moment of your life. And in this video you will learn how to awaken it and how to direct it. Most people live without knowing this law. They speak carelessly. They complain. They use words of weakness, and their lives reflect it. Broken health, scarcity, restlessness. They believe life is random, but nothing is random. Your words are commands to your subconscious, and your subconscious never argues. It only obeys. Think of it as the soil of your inner garden. Every word you say is a seed dropped into that soil. Seeds of strength, or seeds of fear. Seeds of healing, or seeds of pain. Seeds of abundance, or seeds of lack. The soil does not judge, it only grows what you plant, and soon you live inside the harvest of your own speech. But here lies the hidden power, often missed. It is not only words spoken out loud, it is also the words you whisper inside your mind. The constant chatter, the silent phrases you repeat before sleep, the feelings you attach to them. These are the true spells. They enter deep into the subconscious, and there, they take root. Science is beginning to catch up. Studies on the placebo effect show how belief and suggestion can heal the body. A simple sugar pill, combined with the firm conviction that it is medicine, can ease pain, lower blood pressure, and even accelerate recovery. What explains this? The subconscious accepting a command, the body obeying the law. This is not mere positive thinking, it is more precise, more exact. When you speak words charged with belief and feeling, your subconscious accepts them as instructions. It reorganizes your body, your habits, and your circumstances to match them. That is why words spoken in despair create illness, and words spoken in faith create healing. By the end of this video you will understand how to use this law consciously. You will see why careless speech is dangerous, and how disciplined speech can rebuild your health, attract opportunities, and calm your restless mind. You will discover practices to plant words of peace, of wealth, of joy, into your inner garden, until they grow into your outer world. Listen carefully, for what you are about to hear can transform every part of your life. If you stay until the end, you will know how to use the very same force that has healed the sick, lifted the poor, and brought peace to troubled hearts. There is a law, it heals, it creates, and it begins with your words. Before we talk about the law that heals and creates, we need to understand the man who revealed it to the world in simple, powerful language. Joseph Murphy was not just a writer, he was a teacher of mind power, a guide who showed people how to use their thoughts and words to change their lives. Born in Ireland in the early 20th century, he was raised in a religious setting, but he was also deeply curious about science, psychology, and philosophy. This blend of faith and reason shaped his unique approach to the human mind. He believed that the mind holds a power greater than most people ever realize. He taught that every person carries within them a vast potential that is waiting to be unlocked. What made his work so different was how he explained this power as a universal law. Just like gravity pulls objects to the earth, he said there is a mental law that responds to our thoughts and words. This law does not pick favorites. It does not decide what is good or bad. It simply reflects back to us what we impress upon our subconscious mind. Murphy's teachings were practical. He wrote books like The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, where he showed readers that healing and creation are not accidents, they are results. Results of words spoken with faith, results of images held firmly in the imagination. He explained that when you affirm health, wealth, or peace with feeling, your subconscious begins to act on those instructions, rearranging your body and your circumstances to match them. Before Joseph Murphy, many spoke of miracles as mysterious events, but he reframed them as natural outcomes of the mind's law. To him, healing was not a secret blessing given to a few. It was a law of mind available to all who would learn how to use it. Your words and thoughts are not small or meaningless. They are powerful forces that shape every part of your life. What you say about yourself, what you think about your future, what you dwell on in silence, all of it creates an imprint. These imprints sink deep into the subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind is the silent worker that builds your reality. The subconscious does not argue, it does not analyze or question, it simply accepts the instructions given to it, whether those instructions are helpful or harmful. If you constantly speak words of fear, worry, or doubt, the subconscious takes those words as orders. It begins to create conditions that match them. If you speak of strength, peace, and abundance, it obeys those as well, and the results show up in your body, your relationships, and your circumstances. This is why every casual word and thought matters more than most people imagine. Many think that complaints or negative statements are harmless, but they are not. Each one is a command impressed on the subconscious. Over time, these repeated commands gather power, and the life around you starts to reflect them. The law works whether you know about it or not, and it always responds to the words and images you hold most often. The great secret is that your subconscious is always listening. When you speak with emotion, when you imagine vividly, when you repeat words with belief, those impressions sink even deeper. The subconscious then moves people, events, and even the body itself to align with what you have planted. In this way, your words and thoughts are not just passing expressions, they are creative forces, shaping the unseen blueprint that becomes the visible experience of your life. Imagine for a moment that your mind is a garden. Every day, from the moment you wake until the moment you fall asleep, you are planting seeds in that garden. These seeds are your thoughts. Some are seeds of confidence, hope, and health. Others are seeds of fear, doubt, and failure. The soil does not reject them, it accepts them all, and in time, each seed grows into a plant that fills the landscape of your life. You are the gardener. No one else can take that role from you. Every word you speak and every thought you allow is like placing a seed in the earth of your subconscious. The soil is always fertile. It does not choose between good and bad, it simply grows what is planted. If you scatter seeds of negativity, you cannot expect a harvest of joy. If you plant seeds of strength and peace, then your life will begin to reflect that inner choice. The subconscious mind works in silence, like the soil beneath the ground. You cannot see the seeds sprouting at first, but they are alive and active. Slowly, they push upward, breaking into your visible life. That is why what you are experiencing today is often the result of seeds planted yesterday, last week, or even years ago. The mind never forgets a seed, it tends to it until it bears fruit. This is both a warning and a promise. If careless thoughts are planted, weeds of trouble will rise. But if you carefully choose what to plant, thoughts of healing, words of abundance, images of peace, the garden begins to change. The law of growth cannot be stopped. What you sow must eventually return to you, multiplied, as the harvest of your own inner planting. Healing does not always come from medicine, rituals, or outer actions. Often it begins in the unseen world of thought and feeling. When the mind is calm, when it is filled with peace, the body responds in ways that seem almost miraculous. A striking example of this can be seen in the quiet power of a mother's thoughts. Imagine a child, restless, sick, and struggling. Doctors may help, but in that moment, the mother sits beside the child, her heart steady, her mind free of fear. Instead of panic, she silently holds an image of health. She whispers words of peace within herself. She believes without doubt that her child is whole and safe. The child feels this atmosphere. The tension eases, the fear dissolves. The body begins to cooperate with the mind's quiet command. Healing happens, not because of external effort, but because of the power of a calm, focused thought, radiating love and certainty. The subconscious of the child, sensitive and open, receives the mother's unspoken assurance, and it responds by bringing order where there was disorder. This is the law of healing at work. It does not always require loud affirmations or forceful declarations. Often it is the stillness of faith, the steady planting of peaceful thoughts, that carries the greatest strength. In this way, the mind becomes medicine. Words, when backed by feeling, are like invisible remedies entering the deepest layers of the body and soul. The mother's example shows that healing is not distant or rare, it is close to us, ready to flow whenever we align our thoughts with peace. The body listens, the subconscious obeys, and the results appear. Healing is a natural outcome when the law of the mind is used with love and belief. Creation begins in the invisible world of thought and word. Before anything appears in your hands, it must first take shape in your mind. When you think wealth, when you imagine it clearly and feel it, you are planting a seed in the subconscious. That seed does not stay hidden, it grows silently, influencing your choices, attracting opportunities, and guiding you to actions that bring the image into reality. Words carry the same power. To speak abundance is to give a command to the mind. When you declare, "I live in plenty, I am supplied, I am blessed," those words sink into the subconscious, they become blueprints for your life. Soon circumstances begin to align. The right ideas, the right people, and the right moments appear. What once seemed far away now begins to show itself in your daily experience. The subconscious does not argue whether you are rich or poor, it simply reflects what is spoken to it most often, especially with feeling. This is why many remain trapped in lack. They speak only of what they do not have. They repeat phrases like, "I can't afford this," or "I never have enough." Those words are accepted as truth, and the subconscious brings them to life. But when you shift the language, even before the evidence is seen, the law of creation starts to move. By holding the thought of wealth and speaking words of abundance, you train your inner mind to see possibility instead of limitation. In time, the outer life must reflect the inner image. Creation is not an accident, it is a law. What you continually think and speak with conviction eventually becomes the condition you live in. Wealth begins as an idea, becomes a word, and finally appears as your reality. The subconscious mind is unlike the conscious mind. It does not weigh arguments or compare evidence. It does not stop to ask whether something is true or false. It simply accepts. Whatever you say with feeling, whatever you repeat with conviction, it absorbs as fact. This is why the words spoken each day carry such hidden power. A statement of fear or weakness may seem small in the moment, but once it enters the subconscious, it is treated as a command to be carried out. When you say, "I can't, I'm not enough," or "nothing ever works for me," the subconscious does not debate those claims. It takes them in, without question, and begins to shape your life in harmony with them. The outer results you see are often nothing more than inner programming, acted out in real time. In the same way, when you speak words of strength, peace, or abundance, even if the outer evidence is not yet visible, the subconscious receives those words as instructions. It then organizes your thoughts, habits, and circumstances to make them real. This process is constant and unbroken. The subconscious is always listening, always recording, always bringing forth the content of your inner and outer speech. It makes no moral judgment. It does not say, "This will harm you, so I will reject it," or "This will help you, so I will keep it." Its role is obedience. It simply reflects back to you what you impress upon it. Because of this, careless words are far more dangerous than they appear. The subconscious cannot filter sarcasm, jokes, or casual negativity. Every phrase is taken literally, it is absorbed as truth. And over time, these truths harden into experiences that surround you, quietly proving the power of what you once spoke without thought. Affirmation is not about repeating empty words. It is about planting a thought into the subconscious with such consistencies and feeling that it becomes a living reality within you. To affirm daily is to take control of the seeds you are sowing. Each day you declare, "I am healthy, I am strong," or "I am at peace." You are reminding your inner mind of the truth you want it to accept. The repetition is not for the conscious mind, which often doubts and argues. It is for the subconscious, which listens quietly and absorbs what is impressed upon it, again and again. But words alone are not enough. The secret is to feel them as real. When you speak an affirmation with no emotion, it remains a surface thought. When you speak with deep feeling, when you allow the imagination to paint the picture as if it already exists, the subconscious takes it in as fact. This is the turning point, the moment when affirmation transforms from mere words into a command that activates the law. Daily practice builds strength. Just as the body is shaped by consistent exercise, the mind is shaped by consistent affirmation. One day of declaring peace may feel weak, but many days of repeating peace, with belief and emotion, carve it deep into the subconscious. Over time, that inner impression becomes stronger than other conditions, and the outer world begins to shift to match it. Affirmations are not wishes, they are instructions. When you affirm daily, and when you feel the truth of those words, as though they are already present, you set in motion forces that cannot be seen but are always working.
The law of the mind begins to organize life according to what has been planted with repetition and belief. The best way to understand this law is not to read about it or hear it explained, but to test it for yourself. Take a single word, a simple one, and use it as your seed. Let us choose the word peace. Say it slowly, whisper it inside your mind, allow the sound of it to settle deep within you. Repeat it again and again, not as a chant without meaning, but as a word filled with life. Each time you speak it, picture peace, as if it already surrounds you. Imagine your body relaxed, your thoughts calm, your heart steady.
Feel the word taking root inside you. At first the conscious mind may resist. It may say, "This is too simple, nothing is happening," but remember, the subconscious is always listening. It does not question, it does not debate.
With every repetition, the word peace is impressed deeper. Like a footprint pressed into soft clay, the more you repeat it, the clearer the imprint becomes. Soon it begins to shape your inner state. As you continue, you may notice the body responding. Breathing slows, muscles loosen, a quiet calm starts to replace tension. These are signs that the subconscious has accepted the command. The word has moved beyond the surface and entered the deeper layers of the mind, where change begins. Practice this for a few minutes each day. Speak the word peace. Repeat it gently, but with feeling. Let it become real in your imagination. Over time, you will see how outer life begins to reflect the inner command. Situations that once stirred anger will lose their power. Restless thoughts will quiet down more easily. By choosing one word, by planting it with intention, you prove for yourself that words are not empty, they are seeds that grow into living reality. Your words are magic. Every thought, every phrase you speak, is shaping the world you live in. You hold within you the power to heal what is broken, to create what is missing, and to transform every part of your life. The law is always working, it waits only for you to direct it with clarity and faith. You don't need to begin with complicated steps. You don't need to master everything at once. Start now with one simple word. Choose peace, or strength, or abundance. Repeat it, feel it, and watch how your inner world responds. From there your outer life will follow. The change begins the moment you choose your words with purpose. If this message has inspired you, if it has given you something valuable to carry into your life, then let your support keep this work alive. Like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to our channel for more teachings that guide, uplift, and empower. Together let's continue planting words that heal, words that create, and words that transform.